Thank you, everyone. Let me share my screen. Screen. Okay. So I'm very honored, very glad to, and also very excited to attend the ACSE annual conference. I think, remember, might be the third time already, at least 2 times, second time. So today I would like to exchange some idea, introduce some conception about journal publishing in China. What is happening? What is the experience, lesson, and what is the future? Main contents are included evolution, dynamics, experience, lesson, and prospects. So let's first look at something, we call it imbalance of journal publishing in China. Of course, China is very big. So if you look at the language, region, and discipline for academic journals, they are quite different. First thing, let's see a picture. This picture shows something. First thing is, in China, there are quite a lot of, compared to other countries, quite a lot of academic journals. Something like about 6.5K. But for English title, we only have less than 10%. So that means that the language is a big obstacle for China's journal publishing development in the future. And the second thing is, this is a picture of China. Almost all the academic journals are based in 2 or 3 big cities. The capital city, Beijing, the second very big city, Shanghai. And for other cities, there are very few, particularly for the west corner of China, there is only several. One, even for example, for Tibet, there is only 1 journal. So unbelievable, unbalanced. And if you look at this discipline, there's not too much difference, but still there is difference. For mainland China, the main academic journals are focused on technology, engineering, but for Hong Kong, Macau, Taiwan, the main subject discipline are focused in medicine. So that's also quite different. So next thing, let's see some pictures. And first thing is, because this is very important point. So if you look at the scientific paper output in the world, particularly for example, USA, Japan, China, India, some other developed countries, some other developing countries. And very interesting thing is for developed countries, for example, for USA, particularly for USA, and also Japan, the total amount of published scientific paper output is decreasing. But for some other cities, for countries, for example, China, India, the general scientific paper output is increasing. So later, I will give some explanation why is the situation. And look at China alone. For 10-year period since 2011 to 2019, the citation, the total citation, or exactly speaking, total non-self citations are increasing very, very fast. If you look at 2019, it is almost 3 or 4 times compared to 10 years ago. And see this picture. It's called cited status of scientific papers. And also we can see that for China, Indian, how's it? China, Indian, particularly for China, this figure is decreasing very fast. It means that in China, we produce quite a lot of papers, but the citation per article still is not so high, even decreasing. So the situation is not so good. And behind, because at least the general scientific output is increasing very fast in China, in India, and in Japan. One of very important reason is just look at this picture. We call it R&D expenditure. So look at this picture, and we understand some reason why USA, China, India, and Japan, the general, scholarly journal publishing is developing very fast, at least the general output of the scientific papers. In details, let's look at the dynamics for scholarly journal publishing in mainland China. There's several directions. One is individual promotion. That is a worldwide interest, not only in China. So it called individual promotion because if you publish a very good, quite a lot of very good papers, at least, you can get faster promotion, better academic reputation, and you can get some, for example, achieve some student, attract some students' interest. And the second very important thing is in China, I think within this 10 to 20 years, Chinese government put quite a lot of strength to construct world top ranking universities based on, for example, international criteria, for example, QS, US News, some other criteria. And also within China, there are quite a lot of so-called funding projects, not funding projects, that is criteria related to the university ranking. For example, 211, 985, something like that. It doesn't mean, the figure doesn't mean anything, but it means that the top level ranked good university in China. And as soon as they get that, they can get quite a lot of funding from Chinese governments. And the next point is related to China's rise. I don't want to mention this point anymore in detail. The last thing is very important, policy incentives. So as I mentioned that R&D expenditure increase, that is very important reason. And the second reason is, I think within around 2 years time, 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, Chinese government have some very important documents. It encouraged scientists to publish only in 2 directions. One direction is internationally top-level journals. The second one is civil academic journals within China. For other journals, for example, low-level international journals, Chinese governments will not encourage that. And particularly for China, particularly for academic journals, nowadays, I think within this 10 years, Chinese government realized that is very good direction for development. So they funded some top-level journals, institutions, and local publishers very heavily. For example, if you're lucky enough for a very good journal, you can get almost $1 million per year. So that is very, very heavily funded. And next point is, we all know that content is the most important thing. That is without any doubt. But the other thing is also very important, marketing. Without marketing, people do not know how excellent, how good you are. So in China, particularly in China, nowadays, editors, journals, publishers gradually realize that the marketing, efficient marketing is very important. For example, they take this picture as an example. Oxford University Press. If you look at the bottom, middle bottom, you can see that TrendMD. So this is just one example. Oxford University treat TrendMD service very, very importantly for their journal publishing. And next, I would like to return back, just like, because I'm working for TrendMD China and also globally. So very important, very interesting thing is, I think for the first report in section 2, my boss, Taj Brown, will give a detail for the general picture. So here, I just would like to mention some key points. On the left side, that is World Scientific, very good publisher in Asian region, based in Singapore. We all know that. That is really, really good publisher. And TrendMD partnered with World Scientific already for several years, completely for free. Why is free? Because the business model is only, we install widgets on all their academic journals and all their academic books, e-books. So on the left, you can see that that is one of the articles. At the bottom, you can see that that is not so clear. It's called Powered by TrendMD. That is so-called TrendMD widget. And installation of the widget is completely free for any publisher. Within this so-called widget, the left side is internal recommendation, and on the right side is the external recommendation. And that is two very interesting things already, but most important thing is through TrendMD service, World Scientific's paper will be promoted, will be sent to other many because in China, globally, we already partner with more than 6,000 academic journals. So the articles will be, the article link will be sent to any, we call it a related articles website. That is on the right side. So the left article link through TrendMD service already be sent to one of the JAMA's website. So on the right bottom, you can see that that is a red bracket, and that is the same article with the left side. So because the link is active, any scientist would like to, if they have the interest, to click on the link, and they will be brought back to exactly this paper, the full paper. So just think the whole picture is very, very valuable, very interesting. Continuously for World Scientific, we partnered with World Scientific since 2018. Since then till now, we already help World Scientific, to increase the views, the article views by almost 3 million times, and brought in almost 1 million new readers. So, and very important thing is free, but very good result. And also, through TrendMD service, World Scientific articles already be sent to such very good, very top level journals, Science, PNAS, Pediatrics, Radiology, JAMA, blah, 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 quite a lot of. So sent to, for example, sent to Science for many times, and brought in more than 3,000 interested readers come back to World Scientific. This is very interesting, very valuable. And also on the right-hand side, you can see that the readers through TrendMD recommendation coming from United States, United Kingdom, India, and Germany, quite a lot of. quite a lot of, mainly in North America, quite a lot of country. And don't want to mention that. Last, but not the least, the very important thing is TrendMD service can increase visibility, readership, and important thing is citation. So this picture just shows several examples, and all these examples shows that the clicks happening on the third-party website are closely related to article citation.
Charlie, request you to kindly conclude.
You mean the time is out?
Yeah,
okay.
The time is over, so please conclude in a couple of minutes.
Okay, 1 minute. Thank you so much. This is the last one. So return back, very important things I think as an experience is international development strategy for academic journals. But of course, not only in China, but also in the world. Several directions. Was positioning internalization. We call it based in China, facing the world. You should have this sort of vision, and internationally the content should be internationalized, and also the publishing standard, the dissemination, and also last thing is return back. Very important is marketing. So scholarly publishing in Asia shouldn't be isolated. That is the last sentence I would like to stress. So this is my connection. If you have any interest, any question, and please send email to me directly. Thank you so much. A little bit delay. Sorry for that.
Thank you, Mr. Charley Miao. Excellent presentation, and we have some questions through chat box. But what we do is, I have requested Madam Mariam to jot it down, and after another presentation, we will both of you we will request you to respond to those questions when we have a Ghazi lecture also. So then we can request both of you to interact. I think that would be nicer. And request again to the speakers to save a couple of minutes for question so that they could we could interact with the participants through the chat box. And to the participant, I request to kindly write your question in the chat box. Mariam will coordinate and is already coordinating with me. I'm busy on WhatsApp as well as on this, so let's do that. Now, an exciting lecture. After Charlie is a great speaker. We have another one for you, Ghazi Mahbubul Alam, and a very sensitive topic on the metric-driven culture, gender ranking. And we all know that this internationalization, when we have language problems also already mentioned by Charlie, we have a lot of issues to compete with the developed world. We have to pay for English, we have to pay for many things. And then our own local journals, they are destroyed on the way because they can't compete. They don't have impact factor, etc.